Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alright, what is going on, everybody? We have a new Moments of the Month section with a Opal Demar Derozan. I'm basically just going through and telling you guys the best method in order to get this Demar Derozan the fastest, because it's actually a little bit of a grind, and it looks to be at least a pretty decent overall set. So if you guys are excited, the like button's down below, subscribe if you guys are new, comment, all that wonderful stuff. And first, I want to show you guys all the cards that are available here. So if we switch over to this screen and then make sure that it's actually on the right setting, boom, we can check out all the cards today. So obviously everybody that's labeled Moments, basically if they don't have the snowflakes, they're a Moments card. So we have the Moments Demar, who you get for the overall stuff. We have 5 pink diamonds. I'll just let you know my favorite right now is probably going to be this Jaylen Brown. From what I've seen, I think getting Diallo would actually be the smartest of the diamonds. We have some amethyst right here: Giddey, Chuma, Devontae Graham, Saddiq Bey, and Robert Williams. I would say it's probably between Giddey and Saddiq Bey for the best, but Chuma Okeke is a sleeper. And then for the rubies, most of these guys are pretty okay. I think you can pick up any of these and gotta be fine, but I think Struss has a decent challenge linked to him, so he can be one to look at. So when we come back over to the screen, you can see it starts off with score 125 points over multiple single player games, and then you did a December Moments of the Month Ruby option pack. So what it looks like is you actually can get all of them. They're just broken up into groups. So score 125 in single player modes and then 250 in single player modes, and you get the 2 Ruby option packs. Now I think most of you guys should be able to score a lot of the points with rubies over single player modes, or just with single player cards in general. Just run a triple threat offline. That's probably going to be the best method to just do it. Head into triple threat, and what I recommend doing is pick one card that you got to just cook with, and pick up 2 gold centers. What I usually do is my man Sean Bradley here, he plays so many games for me, and then I also go with gold Yao Ming, just because they're tall, they protect the paint. And then going with Carmelo Anthony, run down, do a few snatchbacks, and boom, eventually you'll get those 125 and the 250. So once you get one of those badge option packs, obviously you have to go and then, this is the wrong thing, you have to do the challenge that correlates to that card. So if you pick Strauss, you have to make 8 3-pointers in a game with Strauss, and then you'll get an amethyst option pack. And this one you can pick whatever the hell you want. Now what I recommend is that once you get this 125, you go into an offline game and probably use Strauss so you can work towards that 250. That's just up to you. And then, whatever amethyst you pick up, you can move on to that. Like, let's say you get a triple-double with Robert Williams, and then boom, you get the diamond. I would say leave that one for last because it's a little bit more difficult if you want to cruise through. Saddiq Bey is probably the easiest one. 17 rebounds. That'll take you like 2 games won if you really just only go for rebounds and even try to win and triple that offline. 5 4-pointers with Moments Reward Devontae Graham. That one's again going to be a little bit harder to do because you have to go in online. So maybe I should save that one for last. Do the triple-double one with Williams. One of those 40, triple threats. But we have the 6 steals, stuff like that. So basically, I'll just go through and tell you guys how to do everything. 75 points over multiple triple threat online games. You guys should have that pretty easy. 75 points over multiple unlimited games. You honestly can do that in 1 and score 75 in clutch time. That should take you 3 to 4 games. If you score, 20 a game, you can get that done in 4. So those ones are pretty easy. Yerston's rebounds. Yersteven. Omer. We'll call him Omer. He needs 16 rebounds in triple threat. Now, he is a 6'11" center, so you'll be fine, I think, getting those 16. If you have the, no care for your triple threat online record and just want to do those 16 in triple threat online, you can actually merge those with each triple threat online 75 points, which is perfect. Strauss, 8 3-pointers with him in a single game. Now, you can't... Well, you can kind of do this in a triple threat offline game. All you have to do is make sure that the other team is at 20 points and you're at 18, and then you hit your 3 for 21, and then you can hit an 8th one. But if you want to take it safe, what I would recommend is go into a challenge game, go into spotlights, or maybe even just like a skill challenge, like for example this one that I've done down here, Signature Series 3. Most of these are only 1 quarter, so you can hit 8 threes in a quarter and just be done with it. Or if you want to be really safe, you can head to these spotlights, head over to Cover Athletes, and pick up something like the Kareem's retirement, the Dirk retirement, Kevin Durant to Brooklyn, and these are 40-point triple threat games. You can easily hit 8 threes in those, and should have a pretty decent time with it in general. So if you have to do that in there, boom, I'm gonna try the triple threat offline way of doing it, but it's all based off of what you're comfortable with. But the Moments one that I just showed you, that's definitely the easiest one. For Noel, the Moments Reward Jaylen Noel, 29 points over multiplayer games. I highly recommend doing triple threat online for any of these. Unlimited, people just sweat a little bit too much. you have a chance of just matching up with somebody who also is trying to do something like this, and you can just, get pretty easy points. But this Noel has an 80 driving dunk and 90 shot 3. Has a pretty good jumper in the shifty dribble style, so, scoring a triple threat online shouldn't be too hard, especially if you find somebody, let's try to make it a general effort. If you see somebody using one of these moments in triple threat online, hop on the mic, say something, and, hopefully you guys can help each other out getting these done. This next one is score 11 points and get 1 block with Matu in a triple threat offline or online game. This one, easily you can go in triple threat offline. Now, Matu, whatever it is a 6'9" power forward. So what I would highly recommend again is do this. Sean Bradley, Yao Ming, 2 golds, and then just run Matu here. He's only 1 inch taller than Carmelo. You can easily get that 1 block, 11 points, just drop step whoever you get. Usually it'll be a point guard, and you'll be perfectly fine, honestly, with that one. I don't think it'll be too hard. When it comes to Daniel Gafford, I recommend the same thing. It's 6 blocks. Gafford is a 7-foot center, but the reason that we run this Sean Bradley and Yao Ming is because they're both 7'6". So you really don't have to worry. I think Sean Bradley's actually, 7'7"? Or no, he's 7'6". So when you run Daniel Gafford in here at the center position, he'll most likely get matched up with a guard or somebody that is definitely below 7 foot. You can just let them go to the basket a little bit and block them. I do have block methods and steal method videos on my channel already if you guys want to check out those full tutorials, but this is just a general way that I think you should do it. Basically, you walk to like the right or the left and just let them go to the paint and just chase down block them every time. It's actually really easy with a 7-footer like Daniel Gafford who has a high block. So I think that one, again, should be relatively easy. The Williams triple-double, this is one that it gets a little bit more tedious, and you actually have to think about it just a little bit more. But with Robert Williams, what I would say you probably should do is, again, head to one of these challenges, the spotlight challenges, go to the cover athletes, and I usually do the KD Brooklyn one just because this one allows you to only use 1 card. The other 2 that I have unlocked, you have to use 2 of the, you have to use 2 Maverick players and 2 Lakers players. This one you have to use 1 Nets. And essentially, what you have to do is run Robert Williams as the smallest guy on the court, or tallest, whatever you want, or tallest guy on the court, and then you can just pass it around. It'll allow you to get the 10 rebounds easier. It's 40 points, so you getting 10 rebounds shouldn't be too hard. I would essentially, try to run a pick and roll, have somebody else, like a small forward that can kind of set screens, like maybe Carmelo Anthony, or somebody else you have as a small forward. Call a pick and roll with them and just pass it down to them as they roll, and you should be able to get some easy assists. Or if you can get the rebound, they're running on the break, pass it to that guy that's running down, and hopefully you can get an assist on that fast break. And then the 10 points with Robert Williams, just do the opposite. Run as a pick and roll, have Williams set the screen, roll to the basket. Should be an easy 10 points. The hardest part I do think will be the 10 assists, or maybe the 10 rebounds, because that KD kind of hits diffy on there, but you should be okay. The Saddiq Bey, 17 rebounds, literally just put Saddiq Bey in as the tallest person in triple threat, and you'll be perfectly fine. The 17 rebounds won't be hard. Saddiq Bey is an animal. He'll get autos. The dude's a god. When it comes to this next one, make 5 4-pointers with moments Devontae Graham. You're just going to kind of have to hope that somebody else is also going for some 4-pointer challenges, is trying to do some XP. Maybe you can, break a deal with somebody, or you just have to hope you run a pick and roll and they leave you open with Devontae Graham. This one is purely up to whatever the opponent is. There's not really a strategy that I can say is going to be better other than running down if they off-ball you in snatchback, block, or anything like that. It's really all you can do. But Devontae Graham, luckily, is a really good shooter and has Hall of Fame limitless spot up. So hopefully you can get some good down there. The next one is Chuma Okeke 6 steals. Now I have a full steal method video, so instead of going through a full deep breakdown of it, I'm going to link my steals method video. Do that. Steals are probably one of the hardest things to do right now, but Chuma Okeke is a pretty good defender and has a high 96 steal. So hopefully with that Hall of Fame pickpocket, you can get some other ones and check out the steal method video to hopefully help you with that. The next one is a Giddey triple-double with 17 points. This one, essentially you can do it the same way that you did with the other one that we were talking about, the Williams triple-double, but this should be easier with Josh Giddey just because he is a playmaker. So he can actually pass the ball. Those 10 assists shouldn't be too bad. And he's 6'8", so it should be pretty easy to run 2 shorter guys and make him the taller player out here. Plus, he does have gold rebound chaser. So overall, not too bad. The thing that you might struggle with is 17 points because he does have that Jason Kidd jumper. But, hopefully you can get around there and pick them up. Whenever you get Mitchell Robinson, 5 blocks, 8 rebounds, do the same thing that we were talking about where you run Mitchell as the smallest player in triple threat. Let them run to the paint, chase down block. Very, very easy. And the 8 rebounds. Low-key, you could get the rebounds after you get the blocks. But if not, run a pick and roll so Mitchell rolls down to the basket and then just shoot a really bad shot and hope Mitchell gets the rebound. That's usually how I do mine. 43 points with moments. Anthony Simons over multiple triple threat online games. Pretty self-explanatory. Take Anthony Simons and just cook up in triple threat. Again, if you can hopefully talk to the other people on the other side, or they notice you're trying to work with Anthony, leave each other open, let each other do XP. That's basically the best way that we can do it. Who cares about the records at this point? The season's about to reset. The next one, score 38 points with moments. Franz Wagner over multiple multiplayer games. Again, I think the triple threat online is the best for this, but limited can also be pretty good because Wagner actually fits in there. So, yeah, it's up to you. Have some fun, but I would definitely do it that way. Patty Mills, 8 3-pointers over multiplayer games. Again, triple threat online is probably the best way. If anything says multiplayer, go in triple threat online. And hopefully a lot of people will be doing that. You guys can just, again, trade baskets. But Patty Mills has base 98 on quick with Hall of Fame blinders and mismatch. So, want to pick and pop, Patty Mills will get open. It's easy. 34 points and 14 rebounds with moments rewards Hamidou Diallo in a single game. This is the tricky one. This is, I think, honestly, the only super tricky one that I see out here. 34 points and 14 rebounds with a guard or forward is a little bit more difficult, but again, I think your best friend is going to be those triple threat 40-point games. That's really the only thing I can tell you. Do the same strategy that you would do, getting the triple doubles with Giddey, for example. Make sure that Diallo is like the tallest player on the court. He's going to have to out-rebound, James Harden, Kyrie, and the Kevin Durant will be the only person that'll be too hard. So essentially, you just put him on KD, make him the smallest player. I keep clicking on the wrong challenge. I keep clicking on the wrong challenge. KD to Brooklyn. Run it Diallo as the smallest person on the court. I don't really have Diallo, so we'll pretend that Marquise Johnson is Diallo. We're going to run him, and then we're just going to run essentially 2 point guards that won't be able to get boards over him, like Gary Payton, so we can play some defense and hopefully lock some things down. And because I've added defensive badges, Lillard will do that as well. Get 34 of the points with Diallo and just keep chucking baskets until he gets to 14 points. You don't need to win the game. You just need to get the challenge done. But that one, I would expect, may take a try or two before you actually get it 100% done. But it is possible. It is possible. This is also kind of what I expected these challenges to be. Clint Capella, 23 rebounds over multiplayer games. Again, I think Triple Threat Online works the best for this, or you could take the limited route because it's a longer game. Capella has more of a chance to get boards, but this is Clint Capella. The dude's best thing is getting rebounds, so I think eventually you'll be able to get some boards. I would try both in limited and online, Triple Threat Online, to see what you like, but I think both work. We have 44 points with Kemba Walker over multiple Triple Threat Online games. Again, Kemba Walker is one of the best scorers in the game, has great dribbling animations. The only thing that you will struggle with is defense, so I think you'll be fine there. And then you got Dominic Consumables back, which is pretty cool. 56 points with Trae Young over multiple clutch time games. Now, this Trae Young is a bucket getter, no defense, but luckily has that Trae Young on quick. So again, what I would just do is 3-point hunt with pick and rolls in there. You really can't take it to the basket with this Trae Young in clutch time, but it shouldn't be too bad. Run all defenders and then Trae Young out there, and hopefully you can get some buckets. If you score all your points with Trae, you could probably get it done in 2 games, but it may take you 3 to 4, maybe even 5. People notice what you're doing. Jaylen Brown is 50 points and get 1 steal in a single challenge game. The best one to do this with is run a full lineup and head over to one of these, challenge games out here, the Spotlight Challenges, and pick one of the ones that's difficulty 3 minutes. 3-minute quarter length. Whatever difficulty and a 3-minute quarter length. I have no clue what some of those are, but there's 1 or 2 in here that have that 3-minute quarter length that can actually be pretty easy and pretty, simple to just get it done. The reason you're doing 3-minute quarters is just because it'll go by just a little bit faster. There it is. Pro, 3 minutes. Luka Doncic, Rookie of the Year. You probably can get on pro difficulty 50 points. And hopefully, if you put Jaylen Brown defending the point guard, you should be able to get some steals relatively easy with him. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well in your favor. And then we have the last one, 9 3-pointers and get 6 rebounds in a single game with Kelly Oubre Jr. And you guessed it, the way to do this, challenges, Spotlight Challenges, cover athletes, go down to the KD one, and boom. It's probably your best bet. I keep clicking on this one instead of the correct one. KD to Brooklyn. It'll be your best bet. 9 3-pointers should be pretty easy with Kelly Oubre. He's got a decent jumper, great ratings out there. And then the rebounds, that's, if you run him as the tallest player, it'll probably happen. 6 rebounds isn't too bad. I think that's what it is. With a Kelly Oubre Jr. card when he's as tall as he is as a shooting guard. Yeah, 9 3-pointers, 6 rebounds, pretty easy. So the only one I really suspect you may struggle with is the Devontae Graham 4-pointers. And then maybe getting the 34 and 14. But other than that, once you get it, you can finish out the moments of the month. Now, in saying that, now that you, know what you're doing, what I would say is save Devontae Graham as the last one that you pick up and just do that challenge last. Or if you want to just get the tough one out of the way, pick Devontae Graham first and just hate your life for a little while. Then after that, I think most of the diamonds are pretty easy, but I would get Diallo first and just get that one done and get the pink diamonds. And then the hardest one after that would probably be Jaylen Brown getting the 50-1 steal. The rest isn't too bad. So I would get Jaylen Brown first to get that done and out of the way. And most of the rubies are pretty easy in their challenges, so I don't really think that'll matter too much. But if I had to tell you one to pick up first, I would probably just pick up Max Stress to get those 8 threes in a single game, because that'll work towards a 250 in a single player mode. But that's my opinion. So overall, do I think that these are a crazy grind? No. Do I think they are a bit of a grind? Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but the Opal Demar Derozan is definitely worth getting. So hopefully you guys can go out there and get yourself a juicy Demar Derozan, because this card is crazy for free. So hopefully this video helps you guys out a little bit. Hit the like button down below if it did. Comment what you guys think of 2K doing this whole moment of the month. Obviously, I would like to see this once a week with moments of the week, but I do like this as a sorry for not telling us they were on vacation. But overall, it's with that. Subscribe if you guys are new. Hope you guys are great today, and I'll see you in the next video.